Sri Jairam Ramesh.
Sir. Sir, I too will join Mr. Derek O'Brien in thanking the Honourable Finance Minister for sitting through a long day, and I'll be very brief. Sir, the Finance Bill 2021 not only deals with tax rates as it should, but also brings about very substantial and very significant amendments in a very large number of laws passed by Parliament after debate and discussion. Central Goods and Services Tax is being amended. Integrated Goods and Services Tax is being amended. LIC Act is amended, and I'll come to it a little later. The Securities Contract Regulation Act is being amended. The Central Sales Tax is being amended. The Benami Property Acquisitions Act is being amended. The Securities Exchange Board of India Act is being amended. The Debt Recovery Tribunal Act is being amended. Sarafesi is being amended. And the IDBI Act is being amended. So, when governments do not have majority in the upper house or in the Council of States, this route of getting acts passed through finance bills has been resorted to. And I'm reminded of the Finance Act in 2017, when Shri Arun Jaitley was the Finance Minister. And in the Finance Act, he amended 19 acts passed by Parliament, and he got it amended through the Finance Act. Sir, I challenged this in the Supreme Court. And I'm glad to say that thanks to my colleague Dr. Abhishek Singhvi, who's sitting here, in November of 2019, a 3-judge bench of the Supreme Court, headed by no less a person than the Chief Justice of India, who is today a nominated member of the Rajya Sabha, upheld my petition and rejected the amendments made in the Finance Act of 2017. So my earnest plea to the Honourable Finance Minister, you have a majority in the Lok Sabha, you have a majority in the Rajya Sabha. Why this convoluted way of bringing amendments into acts which deserve debate and discussion? So I will confine myself only to one act, and that's the LIC Act. The LIC Act was passed by both houses of Parliament in 1956. In September of 1956, when Mr. T.T. Krishnamachari was the Finance Minister. There were 49 sections in this act. This Finance Act, 65 years later, is amending 27 out of the 49 sections. 60% of the LIC Act of 1956 is being amended, is being changed in some form or the other. No debate, no discussion, no scrutiny by a standing committee, no scrutiny by a select committee. I fail to understand why this route was taken on such a very important act when the act was passed in 1956. So those of you who have been to Bombay Nariman Point, and if you have seen the headquarters of the LIC, the headquarters building's name, big building in Nariman Point, it is called Yoga Kshema. And if you look at the LIC logo, below the logo is written Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham is from chapter 9 of the Bhagavad Gita. And it means, I am the provider of your security, and I fulfill all your needs. And that is the spirit in which LIC was set up. LIC was set up in 1956 because of the large number of malpractices in which the private insurance companies had indulged. It was not nationalized in a fit of great socialism. The man who nationalized life insurance in 1956 was the then finance minister before TTK, C.D. Deshmukh, who was as market-friendly an economist as you can think. There was a certain social logic to the nationalization of life insurance. And today, through these 27 amendments to a 49-section act without debate, without discussion, without examination, without scrutiny, you are endangering Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. LIC has been the bulwark for government programs. Whether it is the state government, whether it is the central government, whenever a government is formed, whenever a ministry requires money, the first agency you run to is the LIC. Mr. Gadkari has gone to the LIC. Mr. Piyush Goyal, the railway minister, has gone to the LIC. Successive governments have made use of LIC to fund infrastructure projects. And that is the way it should be. And I request you, Honorable Finance Minister, that with these amendments, please ensure that the basic social obligation nature of the LIC does not change in any way. The capability of the government to use the LIC for infrastructure, for social welfare, is not weakened or jeopardized in any way. LIC is going to be a listed company. Corporate governance norms will change. Foreign funds will own part of LIC. What will governments do? This IPO of LIC is fait accompli. We can't stop it. These amendments are part of the finance bill. We can't stop it. But as a member of the Council of States, as a member of the Rajya Sabha, I think it is my duty to bring to the attention of this House that far-reaching amendments are being done in acts without discussion, without debate, of which the LIC Act is the prime example. I hope in the next session at least, we will have an opportunity of discussing what safeguards need to be introduced over and above what you have proposed in the finance bill, so that the ability of LIC to meet the infrastructure needs of state governments, of the central government, the ability of the LIC to meet the social welfare needs of the state government and the central government, and the ability of the LIC to fulfill the aspirations and obligations of individual citizens is not weakened. This bill will pass. Your IPO will be there. And you have said in the law that for 5 years, government ownership will be 75% and government ownership will never fall below 51%. That's there in your amendment. But I'm curious. In one place, you are saying government shall. In another place, you are saying government may. You know, in legal language, and Dr. Singhvi will educate all of us, shall means hona hi hai. May means ho sakta hai. So there are some places in the Act where there is government may, and that is what gives some apprehensions. For example, you say government may, the corporation may reserve 10% of the IPO for policyholders. It's not mandatory. It's an enabling provision. Why don't you make it mandatory? Why don't you ensure that 10% of the IPO is reserved for LIC policyholders? Make it mandatory. So I think these are issues we can discuss in the next session. Today we don't have time. It will pass. But Madam Finance Minister, please, you have majority in both houses. Please amend the acts by bringing bills to amend the acts on the floor of the House. And let not this finance bill become like the Finance Act of 2017, which had to be challenged in the Supreme Court, and a challenge which the government actually lost. And now you are coming forward with a bill to fulfill the verdict of the Supreme Court, the National, what is it called, the Tribunal Reforms Bill. It was not needed if you had listened to us in 2017. So please, I urge you, of all the amendments that you have proposed in the acts in this bill, the most far-reaching is the amendment to the LIC Act. Let us move forward, but let us move forward cautiously. Let us not move forward in haste, and let us debate what safeguards are required. And we will do it, in my view, in a spirit of cooperation, in a spirit of understanding that there is an IPO. The IPO makes certain demands. However, at the same time, the LIC is a unique institution, and I quite agree with Sushil Modi ji. India requires not one LIC. India requires many LICs.
धन्यवाद माननीय जयराम.
So I'm not holding a brief for one organization. Let us have 4 LICs. Let us have 5 LICs. But I think the public sector nature should not be disturbed in any fashion whatsoever. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.